So I'm Matthew Owen, I'm a senior project engineer at Seymour Whyte, and for the last 3.5, 4 years I was on the Healesville-Koo Wee Rup project upgrade. So the project was a 5-kilometre duplication of Koo Wee Rup Road through the Pakenham South and Koo Wee Rup area, obviously. There were 2 key risks on this project. The first one was the traffic interface risk with the project. It's a highly unsafe road and we were duplicating next to this carriageway. So we had to effectively build into our work scope safety measures throughout the entire construction method, particularly around that traffic interface. The second part was the plant on plant and people on plant interaction as well. So these were 2 key factors that we looked at embedding safety controls throughout the entire construction process. We weren't willing to accept what's worked once is going to work again, given the job possessed some really unique challenges. Particularly around the traffic space, there were 3 solutions we implemented that were quite unique. The first one was, given the existing road geometry, the high speed and the extremely narrow verges, your traditional barriers you'd find on a freeway job, they were non-compliant. So what we actually did instead is we took your traditional road safety barrier guardrail and we actually used that as our vehicle deterrent from the work site. We had to upgrade a notorious 4-way intersection to a roundabout, had some really tight radiuses that we had to contain the work site within. And again, we engaged with industry, we engaged with Melbourne University, and we got their modelers involved as well to develop a steel wedge piece that you'd slip in between concrete barriers that allowed those barriers to go around the radius even tighter than what current industry standard would permit. It was approved for use on our project only. That project ultimately became a test case for that solution to be put forward to the Australian Road Research Board, and ultimately that wedge piece is now approved for mainstream use as a result of the work we did on our project.
The tri-sign technology that they brought in, it really helped in terms of the traffic controllers getting out there to change the speeds. If we had not brought that in early, then there would have been a lot more time set up, which is obviously a lot more time on live road, which is a lot more risk.
So if you look at the hierarchy of controls, we embedded principles of elimination as our first point of call. Where we couldn't get those risks eliminated, we were generally using engineered controls across our work site. One of the traps everyone falls into is thinking that a leader is someone who's at the top of the tree in terms of the hierarchy. We really do push the piece that everyone has a role to play.
There was no long-term injuries in the 3-4 years that we were there, and still that's gone through to the next sites as well.
Yes, it might fit into a little box that says we're good, it's compliant, we're doing the right thing from a legislation perspective, but is actually making you comfortable knowing that that solution is the best for your workforce on site. Be prepared to challenge at all times.